Hello and welcome back to Black Voices, a podcast where we explore the stories, experiences, and identities of Black individuals living in Japan. I'm your host, Kate Brown, and I'm so excited to launch the seventh episode with someone very close to my father. Kerome, thank you so much for joining me. It really means a lot. To start off, could you introduce yourself and share a little bit about your background?
Okay, awesome. How you doing today, Kate? Of course, I met you, you know, at a function that me and your dad was having. Um, I'm a father of five. Was married but divorced. Came to Japan in 1995 through the U.S. military.
That's interesting. Thank you. It's been a long time.
Yes,
Um,
I came and left, of course.
ah, right. You miss the States time to time?
Say again.
Do you miss the States time to time?
From time to time, of course, you have your families that's there, but of course, when you go back, they got their own life, so you pretty much find your own thing to do when you're back in the States.
Mm.
Everybody's grown up, so it's not a big deal.
Which state are you from?
Georgia.
Mm, nice. Okay, just starting off with the questions, but um, how has living in Japan influenced the way you see yourself and like understand your identity over time? Because I feel like a lot of Japanese culture is very different compared to like the States or just Western culture. So like, how have you navigated through that and also understood yourself?
Okay, that's a great question, Kate.
Thank you.
First off, a thing about identity is you make your life what you want it.
Mm,
So even it doesn't matter where you put yourself, it's about how you adapt to your surroundings.
mm,
So what I would say as a young guy coming here at age 19, culture shock, yes. They ain't got no food I like, things like that and such. But as you go out, you can either choose to be a boring person, a sad person, or a very depressed person because you miss home.
mm.
So with that being said, you kind of have to go out into the town, into the country you're in, and just find a way, find something that you like about it first.
Mm.
And then over time, things will come.
You're not particularly fond of like seafood? Sea-
Um, I have learned to like a lot.
Mm.
I can say when I first got here, um, I probably would eat shrimp. That was about it.
Yeah. Yeah, my Charlie doesn't like it, sushi either at all.
Right.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah. I'm not a big rice guy either, so.
mm. It's important to like, like you said, to just find yourself and choose to be what kind of person you want to be,
Right.
no matter where you go. But yeah, which is also kind of like tying back to the first question, but like what moments in Japan have you like encouraged you to reflect deeply about your sense of belonging or just like any moment that you felt like a realization or like a surprise in Japan that you've never really like had before?
Well, for one, I didn't start my family in the States, so I really can't compare it that way.
Mm,
What I can say is, as a young guy getting married, starting a family was basically my reality check
mm,
because before that, I could do whatever I wanted with my money. And and I was having fun, and then responsibilities happen, and you have to start to adjust your life as such. As going back to even with school, you got to put goals on the wall and say, well, I want this for my kids, but as far as me being better for my family, I
mm,
have to set goals at my job now because not only am I providing for myself, but I'm providing for them.
mm,
And if I don't excel, I cannot, my family can't excel.
mm,
So it's got to be a balance.
mm. Yeah, important priorities as being a father too.
Yes. So I would say balance.
Mm,
You have to learn to balance everything and know where to put your priorities as far as attention, which is a big thing. Attention to your family is one of the greatest keys you can have as a man
mm,
because once you understand how everybody feels and how everybody reacts when you're around, then you can adjust the family life accordingly.
Mm, understand. Yeah. Um, like because you've been in Japan for so long, I mean, like, I guess in and out too. Have you lived anywhere else while you were in Japan? Or
No, only in the Yokosuka, Yokohama area.
mm, like, do you see like changes or like differences over time, just like living in Japan for that long within society, or just it's kind of been the same?
How we say this nicely. I don't think the Japanese culture is going to change for you. You're going to adapt to them.
Mm-mm.
So whether it be you can't talk on the train or not using your cell phone on the train, things that the typical things that American would just do because it's my phone and I can do what I want, you're
Mm.
gonna have to adjust here. I'll give you a simple one. I don't like cheese on my cheeseburger. When I first got here, to ask someone at McDonald's to take the cheese off was like I did something really bad. And they would all look around and be like, oh, like, I'm like, I don't no cheese.
Oh.
Something that simple that they don't want to change.
Mm.
But over time now, you can go in there and say cheese nuki des,
Um,
and oh okay, and they'll do it now.
mm.
Whereas before, it was kind of hard to get anything done. You would have to really have a strong Japanese friend.
Mm.
You basically rely on them to
Mm.
get done what you needed done in Japan. Vice now, we got Google Translate and
Mm.
other such things, so you can pretty much navigate by yourself without having to actually speak Japanese.
Right. Mm.
Mm.
That's actually really interesting because I remember like growing up here, if I like left, like if I can't eat the whole food at a restaurant, I can't just like do takeout, like put it in a box and like take it home,
Right,
eat it, or like if I'm allergic to something, like they usually, I guess now they ask, but they didn't have like yeah, priorities like you can't take cheese out or like certain things out. When I went to the States for the first time, like they're like, "Oh, do you want it in a box?" Like that's like the first
right.
thing they asked, and I was like really like interested in how yeah, those two operate. But yeah. Um, what kind of connections or like communities have been meaningful to you as being like a Black individual living in Japan? So like have you met any other or like have joined any other communities with other people?
When you say communities, what do you mean?
Just like I guess just friends like or like just a group of friends, I guess, because I feel like a lot of people I know here or I guess in Nishinomiya, like um they like struggle to find people who kind of look like them and they're like, "Oh, do you know any other people?" or like something like that. So, I mean, I guess the base is everyone. Mm.
Yeah, like for that, we people from the South usually gravitate toward each other. How did I meet your father? Through
Oh.
interactions. You see what I'm saying? So through a community he was hanging in that I wanted to be a part of, we linked up.
Mm.
But for the most part, like we used to do like when my sons were here, we would do community things like go to the orphanage
Mm.
and not anything. And I always been involved around my house. So if I had to get on the trash detail, I would get it to get to know the people around me
Mm.
because I noticed even if it's taking a case of water, that's a big deal here.
Mm.
And I have been like how to say a cornerstone in each community I go in because they know I will help. They know when they do the what you call it, the little community bonadories they
Mm.
have, like when they have the barbecues and things. I get invited.
That's
So that's awesome. You
mm.
feel me?
Mm.
Everybody at my local 7-Eleven knows me. Some from time to time I'll take them a little snack or a gift and say, "Hey, thanks for helping me every day." Because I'll see them every day. I'll stop by and get some knickknacks.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
snacks. Mm.
yeah. Like so, the whole staff knows me. I mean, every single person. and I love it. You know, when I walk in, I always know in the morning I can get a Ohayo gozaimasu, in the afternoon konnichiwa. You know, so it's like awesome that we have those pleasantries throughout, our daily week.
Mm. Do you, I'm s- if you don't mind me asking, how like old are your kids?
That'll be 29, 27, 21, and 16.
Oh, so I'm sorry. I like assumed they were all in like middle school or something because you
No,
look so young. So I was like, oh, he must have like little kids.
now only one left in
Yeah.
school.
16. So, um, do you like, oh, base school? God. I feel like a lot of people, at least like teachers at my school for like, I guess foreigners, they're
Hmm.
like kids go to Yochien, so they would have to like need to speak Japanese to converse with their like,
Okay, so my first two sons did go. So,
oh,
but they went from, let's say, 0 till 5 when they started kindergarten. They
mm,
was off base.
Yochien. So it's fluent in Japanese.
Oh yes, yes, yes. So they always, for me, the sort of the rule in our house was when you going out with your mom, you can speak all the Japanese you want. But when I come home from work, it's straight English.
Mm, yeah,
And
down.
you have to have that because you will find that they would listen in English but respond to you in Japanese.
Mm,
So I was teaching them to speak to me in English and you can respond to mom in Japanese.
mm.
Even speaking an English conversation, but if you chose to speak to mom in Japanese, then go ahead.
That's a
But
really,
she always allowed them to, speak the English because
mm,
we knew they was at some point going to go to school on base.
mm. Yeah, that's a good balance of like having both languages and like understanding them. But yeah.
Right. So, and think about it. It's always a plus too, because like once they go to the school in the States, you got English, Japanese, and of course you're gonna learn Spanish.
Oh
It's
yeah.
all
Mm.
school, so you got three languages now.
Trilingual.
Right.
Mm. Undefeatable. Yeah, I forgot Spanish. Yeah, interesting. Um, have you noticed any moments or like interactions every day? I guess you talked about it with like the whole community in your neighborhood, but like anything that like comes to mind, like that made you seen the first time you were like here in Japan? I guess it's like a long time ago, but like any kind of memory that you've had, like, oh my God, this is such a good memory of Japan, like I never expected it before kind of moment.
I would have to say I think it when the first time we visited the in-laws and I went to Akita, I couldn't believe how many people wanted to talk to me. And they actually broke out a book, how to speak English, and was trying to talk with me. And I was just randomly walking on the streets in Akita, Japan.
Oh,
So that like really like wow, everybody's not fast paced as Tokyo, but if you get a little farther out, the people they might look at you strangely, but they will approach you.
mm,
Mm-hmm. So that's my real big moment, I think. And as far as just driving, so like I was a part of like a car coaching when I was here, like low riding,
mm.
when my earlier years. So we used to go to Dafuko and you know do the young boy stuff.
Did you travel anywhere like else in Japan?
Yeah, I done drove all the way to like the Mie Prefecture.
Yeah, me again.
I've been there. I've been to Osaka. I've
Mm,
been to Ibaraki. Um, of course, always Chiba, that
mm.
area. Yeah, I done some traveling.
Kobe, not Kobe.
Not Kobe yet.
Yep,
Nope.
go with Charlie one day.
Yes, yes.
Um, also like a similar question, but what aspects of life in Japan brings you like the most joy or motivation? And how do you hope to also like positively influence others by experience what you've had most joy out of?
my biggest thing about Japan is, first off, it will humble you from being, most of Americans are a little aggressive, right? As a black man here, I can't have that tone.
Mm,
So it kind of gives you patience, and maybe where a lot of stuff that I wouldn't even tolerate in the States, I have to tolerate here though, because it's just an unspoken, a bump on my shoulder into another Japanese man.
mm,
It's like I killed him, and it comes with consequences. And that's like the part I don't like, because it's like every day you kind of walking on eggshells, because you don't want nobody to touch you. You got to put your book bag in front of you when
mm,
you're on the train, you know. And if you lean too, oh, you got to hear the nasty looks or the foreign gaijin.
mm.
And you just, wow, the train is packed. I have no choice but to rock into you. It's not like I want to be there.
Mm. That's true.
Right.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah, I think even doing these podcasts is a lot of common like things I hear from people, or like prime examples are trains. And obviously like I feel like culture, it's different everywhere, even though it's like very different. I mean like different regions like Europe or like Asia or um Africa or anything like that. But yeah, trains are like always said throughout my podcast, saying like
Yes.
old people stare, but like they stare because they want to know where I'm from, or like just many different kind of experiences. And I feel like that's really interesting because also it's different in prefectures too. Compared to like Nishinomiya and like Tokyo, which is more diverse and everyone's used to people from the base, or just like foreigners in general. But yeah.
Hmm. So as far as that, one question I always wanted to know, because I always ask certain friends that have multiracial kids, do you have a problem with the people always trying to touch your hair? My
Yeah.
sons hated that.
Um, like I grew up in an international school, um,
Right.
and international, but like a lot of people are from like Asian countries like China or Korea. And
Mm.
every time I would go to a new school, they would like, yeah, they would like they would like grab it because they don't know how to like touch it. They wouldn't like touch it like that. They start like grabbing it. So as a kid, I used to really hate it, but now I feel like because like yeah,
Mm.
I mean I straighten it now, but like I do have curly hair and
Right. I just always wondered, because they were just like the what you call it, the space we supposed to have.
Mhm.
Like they so used to like my life, the way I raise them, and then like when they go out into Japan, everybody's right there. You know, it's just like they
Mm,
don't even want to talk sometimes because the person is right there.
mm.
You know, like especially remember the Game Boys, and then someone will come just your forehead to forehead, and they just like, wow, no space.
Facial awareness. I mean,
Right.
it's so true, yeah. Yeah, as a kid, I mean, in like what is it? Like social occasions, I think I'm very shy. Like it's hard for me to, as a kid, I used to be like really loud and obnoxious and whatnot, but like now I kind of like I don't close up, but like it's hard for me to converse a lot, like confidently. So I feel like that's why not a lot of people um come whatever as a kid compared to being as a kid. But yeah,
Mm.
it's interesting. Does all your kids have like curly hair?
Yes,
Mm,
yes, pretty much. Yeah, and they still have their hair long, so
mm,
that's I love it, because I love the way they express themselves. And over the years, you can see as they went through stages, and you can see like when they like that, everybody gets a fade and they cut their hair off, and I love it because you got the sharp points and edges, and then now they back to it
afro.
just afro. But I love it,
Mm.
because when you see them, it's everyone has their own personality, and I love that about them.
Are they
Mm-hmm.
all boys?
All boys.
Wow, swear. Yeah, I didn't. You give off such girl dad vibes.
That's the patience they taught me. You gotta remember too, boys are rough and they get into stuff. Yeah. So
Must be fun though. 5 boys.
hmm?
Must be fun.
Yeah, everything's fun.
Mm.
You got to think about it. I get to teach him how to drive. I was teaching my first son how to drive here in Japan, and we was on base. And me, because I'm so confident in him, and I know he's only 8 years old, and I'm just like, he can do it by himself. He drove into the back of his mom's car. I didn't care. He was learning. But even at 8 years old, because you got to think, like, I'm from Georgia, right? And we lived in the country, so it wasn't nothing just get in the car and take it.
Mm-hmm.
So, they teach us way early how to do things.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, so I always wanted to instill that in them. I was like, no, you're not going to wait till you 19 or 20 before you start driving. You're going to start now. Because, young father, right?
Mm.
I thought it was cool.
That is cool, yeah, like cool dad vibes for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really nice. But yeah, that brings us to the end of today's episode. Kerome, thank you so much for sharing your story and wisdom. It's such a privilege to have you as my seventh guest, and thank you everyone for who's listening. And I hope you've found today's conversation meaningful. And I look forward to seeing you next time on Black Voices. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Kate, for having me. And always remember, I can be a repeat person if you need me.
Thank you. Yeah, next Black History Month next month. So
okay, awesome. And we can get into some more deeper discussions. But thank you, and I'm glad I seen you in Japan.
Yes, thank you so much.